Hi everyone. Today I'm going to walk through the curriculum alignment process using core knowledge, language arts, or CKLA as the example. Curriculum alignment is important because we want to make sure that we teach when we teach it and how we assess it all work together to move students toward the standards. In CKLA, this means looking beyond individual lessons and examining how knowledge, vocabulary, reading, writing, grammar, morphology, and comprehension skills develop across units and grade levels. There are two important pieces of curriculum alignment: vertical and horizontal alignment. Vertical alignment means that learning builds from one grade level to the next. For example, students should enter fourth grade with the knowledge and literacy skills they developed in third grade, and the fourth grade CKLA curriculum should prepare them for the increased expectations of fifth grade. CKLA's scope and sequence is designed to build knowledge and skills across grades, making this progression especially important. Horizontal alignment means that instruction is consistent within the same grade level. Teachers teaching the same grade should have common expectations for the standards, CKLA units, essential skills, assessments, and pacing. Research emphasizes that both vertical and horizontal alignment contribute to a coherent learning experience and help ensure that instruction, curriculum, and assessment work together. When curriculum is not aligned, there are several consequences. First, student readiness suffers. Students may arrive in the next grade level without the prerequisite knowledge or skills they need, while other students may experience unnecessary repetition. Second, performance on key assessments can suffer. If students are taught standards inconsistently or assessed on skills that have not had sufficient opportunities to practice, their assessment results may not accurately reflect what they know and can do. Research on curriculum, instruction, and assessment alignment shows that alignment is essential to creating an effective standards assessment instruction cycle. Finally, overall, student achievement can be negatively affected when instruction is fragmented. Students may have difficulty connecting new learning to previous knowledge. Research has found positive relationships between curriculum alignment and student achievement, reinforcing the importance of a coherent instructional pathway. Now, let's walk through the 7 steps shown in the infographic. Step 1 is to identify and unpack the standards. We begin by asking, what do students need to know, understand, and be able to do? Standards should drive our instructional decisions rather than simply checking standards off after a unit has been taught. Wiggins and McTee emphasize beginning with desired learning outcomes and evidence of learning when designing curriculum. Step 2 is to analyze CKLA's scope and sequence. We look vertically across grade levels and horizontally within our own grade level. We ask, what has already been taught? What outcomes comes next? Are there gaps, overlaps, or skills that need additional attention? CKLA provides scope and sequence resources that identify the content and skills addressed throughout the year. Step 3 is to study the CKLA unit. We examine unit goals, text, vocabulary, skills, writing opportunities, and assessments. This allows us to determine exactly where the standards are addressed and what students are expected to learn. Step 4 is to map and align the learning. We connect the standards to CKLA lessons, activities, and assessments. This is where we make sure that students are actually receiving instruction and practicing on the standards we expect them to master. Research on alignment emphasizes the importance of connecting standards, curriculum, instruction, and assessment rather than treating them as separate components. Step 5 is to plan instruction with fidelity. CKLA provides research-based lessons and resources, but teachers still need to use professional judgment to differentiate and respond to student needs while maintaining the core instructional goals. 6 is to monitor student learning. We use formative assessments, student work, CKLA assessments, and other available data to determine whether students are mastering the intended standards. Finally, step 7 is to reflect and refine. Alignment is not a one-time task. Teams should come back together to examine student results, identify gaps, and make adjustments to instruction, pacing, or support. Research supports ongoing review because alignment is most effective when the curriculum, instruction, and assessment operate as a continuous improvement cycle. Ultimately, effective CKLA alignment creates a coherent pathway for students. When standards, CKLA content, instruction, and assessments are aligned vertically and horizontally, students are more likely to build knowledge and skills progressively, be prepared for the next grade level, and demonstrate their learning on important assessments. As instructional leaders, our goal is not to simply make sure teachers are teaching CKLA. Our goal is to make sure CKLA is being used intentionally and coherently to help every student reach the standards.